I have 7 p.m. My name is Chris Garahan. I'm the Vice Chairman of the Conservation Commission, and I will be chairing tonight's meeting. Mr. Bischoff is traveling and out of country. The first item we have on this agenda tonight is the open session citizen concerns. If there's anyone from the public either present in the meeting room tonight or present online via Zoom, if you have some question or comment you'd like to present to us, just raise your hand, identify yourself, come up to the microphone, let us know. All right, well, I don't see anyone coming forward, so we'll move on. Next up, under open session citizen concerns, we have Darryl McCrensky and Hancock Building Associates, request for guidance on RDA versus NOI for proposed addition and deck at 4 East Shepherd Lane. I just would want to say as a preface, in general, as we've all know over the years, we've had RDAs and notice of intents come in. We handle both. Generally, the RDAs are for the kind of smaller projects, in the buffer zone only, where there's really no risk of adverse or negative impact on resource areas. So we'll have, the kind of those small projects will come in, and it's a lot less, we're a lot less requirements as far as the details around the RDA type projects. The NOIs are your, larger projects, particularly if there's any, if it's close to the resource areas, or if there's, resource area impact, either from the adjacent buffer zone or something of that nature. So that's kind of in general how we approach it. But why don't you tell us a little bit about what you'd like to, describe the situation?
So basically, the proposed is an addition off the back of the house, and deck, which is beside it. So the addition is 15 by 16 with a full basement, and the deck would be on sonotubes. The room itself is outside of the 50-foot buffer, but as you can see from the plot plan, part of the deck is actually within the 50-foot buffer. So we had started the process in August with David to get sort of some direction on what we needed to file to make it happen, and we went ahead and had the wetlands flagged and had it put on a certified plot plan, and then we had a site meeting, but we're still spinning our wheels a little bit.
Okay. Well, good. Well, thanks for kind of a quick overview. David, do you want to jump in with any preliminary comments?
Sure. The deck. Let's just assume that the addition isn't there. The deck would be an RDA. I mean, there's just no question about that. In my time here in Chelmsford and going back and researching earlier projects, I'd say 9 out of 10 of these types of small additions outside the 50 feet would be RDAs as well. Just adding some additional information is that it's not shown on the plan here, but where the addition is being proposed, there's an existing deck there, which would be removed. The other thing, a couple of other things I'll say is that, probably over half the wetlands is mowed lawn right now, and it's pretty flat from where the addition and deck are being proposed. So I really think this can be an RDA. Based on the commission's policy, the commission's historical policies, based on my knowledge of them and just looking at the physical characteristics of the site, I think it can easily be an RDA.
Well, thanks, David. Thanks. Any commissioners? This is just a discussion, but does anybody disagree with David's recommendation at this point?
I walked down there yesterday, and it's flat. It's well developed. I don't see any problem with an IDA down there.
Okay.
I think it's a split, isn't it? Is it a split, or is it is a foundation
Cape.
down? It's a cape. The
Yeah, it's a
foundation
cape.
goes down.
I got some pictures of it if you want.
I forgot what the house was, but I don't have any. I think that would be the way to go.
Okay. Good. Anybody else? Bill?
Yeah, I think it's an RDA. I agree.
Good. John, same thing?
I have to agree.
Good. Peter, you with us on that?
Same, yes.
Good, all right, well, there's your feedback.
I will just add one more thing, and I did mention this when we did the site visit. The commission has pretty consistently wanted to see some kind of management of the roof runoff, and I mentioned a dry well at the site visit. That might, I don't want to tell you how to engineer it, but that might be the easiest thing to do here, but.
Okay, yeah, we were showing the silt fence and the, storage area, but we can definitely add that, no problem.
Okay.
Good, good. Well, I hope that's helpful, Mr. Prokensky.
It is, thank you much.
So this will be on for October 8th,
Yep.
the hearing?
Thank you.
Thanks for the
Okay,
pictures,
thank
too.
you.
Excellent.
All right, well, moving right along, on tonight's agenda, we have our report from our planning board liaison. Chris, why don't you come forward and let us know what's going on?
Good evening. So tomorrow we actually have quite a bit packed agenda, unlike you guys have tonight. We're starting with a work session at 6:30, talking about some of the overlays that we've got in town and some procedural things. Administrative reviews, we're going to be reviewing 270 Billerica Road, final Mylars, probably a decision on 150 North Road, and then reviewing the roadway acceptance for DPW for town meeting for Parkhurst. The other topics we have on the agenda is 300 Billerica Road, the SAID applicability hearing. And then we've got Hildreth is our primary public hearing for tomorrow night. And then talking about ADUs again and floodplain bylaw updates.
Well,
pretty
thanks,
much
Chris. That's good. And Hildreth is requesting a continuance from their, meeting with us tonight. So we'll
Okay.
be talking about Hildreth tonight, so we'll be waiting to see what happens at your meeting.
Yeah, we may get to a decision tomorrow. The 1-year time limit was going to be up between our two meetings, last meeting and this meeting. So they did sign an extension for us to the end of this week, I think. So that way we'll either have to make a decision this week or get another extension on the bylaw.
Okay, good. Anybody questions for Chris?
No.
Okay.
Good. Hey,
Thank you.
thanks, Chris. Good luck tomorrow night. All right, that takes us through our open session citizen concerns. Moving on to the regulatory hearings. We got a note from David earlier, I think it was yesterday, late or this morning, that the property possible incorporated with respect to 10 Hildreth Street was looking for a continuance to our next meeting, and our next meeting would be October 8th. That's correct, isn't it, David?
Yes, they're still waiting for a letter from Natural Heritage.
Okay. So nothing can happen until then.
Correct.
So if I could have a motion then to continue 10 Hildreth to our next scheduled meeting of October 8th, 2024.
Move.
Bill on the motion, John on the second. Any discussion before we move it? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None, unanimous. All right. Okay, that takes us through our regulatory hearings. Moving on, we move on through the agenda to our land management section here, and we have an update on Clueless Land from our conservation agent, David.
So I think it was last week. Carl and I walked the property with the land protection specialist and conservation restriction specialist at Sudbury Valley Trustees. So they appeared to be, those two anyway, appeared to be very interested in holding the CR on the Clueless land, which is required by the CPA. The process from here would, though, is not immediate. The Trust Land Protection Committee has to vote on accepting the restriction based on a recommendation of their staff. And then there's a matter of funding it. There are some standard costs that Sudbury Valley Trustees asks some, grantors of conservation restrictions to assume. I don't know what the number is. I don't think it's anything that the town can't handle. So, and I'm not sure what the timeline is for this moving forward, but
Okay,
the process seems to have started.
good, good. Any questions for David on the Coolest Land? No? Nothing? Okay, very good. And then,
On Warren Poll, I have sent the CR, the draft CR, to town council, new town council for his review. Just wanted to do that before it was sent off to the state, just to make sure that he blesses it. So not sure how long that will take him, but once get that back from him, then we'll finally send it off to the state for their review and hopefully approval.
good.
There's no more negotiations on our end between anybody, right? It's set.
I don't think so. We'll see if council has any recommendations for any changes to the language of the CR. So I guess we don't know 100% certain, but I don't think it should be anything major in any case.
All right, thanks.
Good. Anything else on Warren Poll?
Just got the as-built plan of the parking area from the DPW. It looks good to me. The only thing that I think we should hold off on before I tell DPW it's a go is that where it says up here, I'll enlarge it a little bit. It says wooden sign Warren Poll Conservation acquired through the Town of Chelmsford Community Preservation Fund 2020. That's as I think all members know, that's slated to be a boulder with I think a plaque on it. I got an email from Carl. He had forwarded me an email from Luz Granite a week or so ago. It sounds like they're just about ready to do it.
Yeah, the rock is all cut.
Okay.
It's all prepared. I think they might even have it at Lux now,
Okay.
the rock. They had to get it from the quarry in North Chelmsford. They picked it up from the quarry and bring it down to their place, and there's a bronze plaque going on it.
Yes. Yes.
Good.
So I think we should wait till that gets installed before I tell DPW that the plan
David.
is ready to go.
Would you put on that plan the vernal pool?
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. Because it has been certified, has been officially certified by Natural Heritage. So yeah, that's easy enough to do. Although it's really not an as-built, but it's existing conditions.
Right.
So
Well, I'm just saying, that
yeah.
if it's on there, it's,
Yeah, a good point, Bill. Thanks for raising that. I'll ask them to do that as well. And then just one more land management issue, or two more of the same thing that's not on the agenda, is I've gotten some estimates for tree removal, which I think I mentioned at the last meeting. There was a tree up at 94 Meadowbrook Road that fell. Well, it was a tree that was on the abutting conservation land that fell on a 94 Meadowbrook Road. I gather it ruined their fence. But anyway, the owners have asked that the commission have the tree removed. So I got estimates on that. This the one I'm showing right here from Arbor East is the lowest of the estimates that I got. At some point, the owners may ask that the town pay for restoration of the fence as well. We'll see what happens with that. So and then a similar sort of thing. Well, not similar, but over off on 144 Parker Road, abutting Wright Reservation. There are some some trees that they're concerned about there, the owners. There's a dead ash tree and a dead maple tree that they would like removed. And then there's a one vine covered oak as well. I think it's legitimate concern. These trees are right next to their backyard. I think they should come down. And this is the lowest estimate. Also from Arborist I got was $2,735. So I guess I would request that the commission vote to accept these estimates.
All right, so we have the request. Any questions before we take a vote on this?
Yeah,
Peter,
David,
yeah.
the oak tree is currently, I assume, covered with the vines, but does it appear alive, or is it
I think it's on its way out. Yeah.
because of the vines, or you think anyway?
Well, that's hard to say. Certainly, as you know, vines, the Asian bittersweet certainly can kill trees.
Yep.
But one way or the other, I think it's in bad shape.
Okay.
Any more questions, comments? We have a motion then to approve the, what was it, 625 for, what was that?
Meadowbrook.
'Meadowbrook Road.
94 Meadowbrook, and then we had 2,755.
735.
735, reading that for, what was the address again? 144 Parker
Right.
Road. So we have a motion to approve that expenditures.
Move.
Moved by Bill again, second by John. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None unanimous. Thank you very much, David.
Okay, so I think that's everything I have.
That gets us through land management agents report.
Nothing additional.
Anything additional? Okay. And then for approval signature, do we have to sign anything or approve anything tonight?
Yeah, all of these, I think there's a total of 4. I've done site visits with representatives of the owners, and I recommend the commission approve all of these certificates of compliance. As you can see, some of them are quite old, but the work, I didn't see anything out there that I was really concerned about.
All right, so we have, why don't we just vote on each one as we take them down? So we have certificates of compliance with respect to 40 Grandview Road /2 Birchwood Drive. Why don't we have a motion then to approve signature on that?
Move.
Moved. Do we have a second on that? Mark on the second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Unanimous. Okay, so that's down. Next up, we have a COC for 419 Acton Road. Same thing, motion to approve. Bill? John on the second. Any discussion? None. All those in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. And then, now we have, moving on, we've got the meeting minutes as well. Do we have some meeting minutes to vote on tonight?
July 9th.
July 9th?
Oh, my apologies. I think I must have missed that. Hold on. When do you have when you sent that out?
About a week ago.
Maybe it went to spam, 'cause I don't see it.
Nobody got it?
No.
Maybe it went to spam on your computer.
I swear that nobody got it.
Hmm.
Hopefully I didn't leave it in my drafts or something stupid like that. You thought you hit send, but it didn't.
Oh, I've done that before.
All right, I'll take the hit on it. Maybe I didn't send it. I can double check.
When do you think you sent it out?
About a week ago.
Really?
No, I definitely didn't get it. I know that.
I'll check my email now. Again. Search. No,
No?
no. The last one I had was 6:25.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
Anyway,
Weird. All right, no, I don't know.
It'll be in
what
that sent
happened.
box
We'll have
somewhere.
to resend it.
yeah. Okay, so we have paperwork coming down for signatures here, so let's just take a moment and we'll sign the COCs. Got one for you. Number 2.
This is a record.
This one.
Don't get too used to it.
Just hang out and finish these damn things.
All right, so last one coming down. So our next meeting is coming up on October 8th. October 8th. How's the agenda looking, David, for that?
In addition to the RDA we heard about earlier this evening, there's a notice of intent that's been filed for expansion of residential parking up on, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, Playet Drive or Plate Drive,
Okay.
up in North Chelmsford.
North Chelmsford, okay.
Haven't had a chance to do the
Okay.
site visit yet.
All right, well, we have covered our agenda, unless anybody has anything at the last minute here to bring up, we can take a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion.
Mark has moved to adjourn, and Peter, you want to make a second on that?
I will second.
Peter's on the second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Unanimous. And that concludes tonight's meeting. Thank you, everyone, for a record.
Man's a
Nice
man.
job, Chris.
Yeah, did you just set a record?
Maybe a record.
We'll have to.